Good morning, this is Jeannie with Norna Scraps. And today, rather than a whole project, I thought we might play around just a little bit with using the basic tiles that you can purchase from Make the Cut software. If you haven't seen them, they look like this when they come up on the Lettering Delight screen at through the software. And I don't know about you, but when I first saw them I thought, oh, those are okay, but I'm just not liking the fact that I'm always going to have to do a kind of an aqua colored design. It just doesn't fascinate me. But I think the standard rule, at least with Make the Cut, or at least I laugh about it, is that when you think you can't, you've missed something. And Andy has been really good about thinking of everything. And so you just have to kind of dig through the layers sometimes, or look very closely in my case. I'm going to increase my caret size because I'm going to have to pull in a box a little over 6, go to Basic Shapes, open a square. Okay. Now, this square is not going to look like this for long. I was not able to pull in the basic tiles directly from Lettering Delights, but I do have them saved in my software. Or on my computer rather. So I'm going to select texture and I'm going to go to the basic tiles. And I'm going to select, I had a cute one this morning. Let's go with this one, 02. Now, like I said, you need to look all over, and there's a little toggle that I honestly had been missing up until now. It says Advanced right there. Adjust color. Let's do that. You get these slide bars for adjusting your color. Now, unless you are really into photography, which, silly me talking to scrapbookers about photography, some of these words might be a little bit intimidating. The word contrast simply is the difference between the lightest or the darkest parts of your design. I decrease my contrast, and there's not much difference. I increase my contrast, and there's quite a bit of difference. So it's the difference between the darkest and the lightest parts of my design. The neutral function, if I go in and adjust my slider to something I don't like, click neutral, and it returns it to original state. Brightness means the intensity of the color or the vividness. Dark, black; vividness, white. So either it's on a scale between white or black. The saturation of the color means the color intensity itself. In other words, if I were pouring dye in, how much dye did I pour in? Very little? A lot. So we can take it back to a nothing, or just completely fill it. The hue is the shade or the color, shade of the color that you want. So hue can take me from pink up. And this is showing only pink because of a lot of where I have the other settings. So I'm going to go back to my neutral. And my gamma, it's the degree of contrast. A lot of contrast, not much contrast. And that's between the colors in your design. So I actually want to take my contrast, not quite that far down. We're just going to play. So I'm going to set my contrast at 0.1, my brightness at 0.39, my saturation, my hue, let's go to a pink. Let's go with my gamma. Oop, too much. Sorry. So now I've gone from my original to a pink and white. Let's see what happens if I put my contrast. Goes back to white. Down. It's more muted. Take my brightness down. My saturation. Look at that. The hue. it is really pretty much hit and miss. Just keeps like, oh, look, I've got 2 colors. There you go. So now I have, it actually blends really well in my den. So now I've got 2 colors, and that looks nothing like the original if you think back to what it was. And I hit apply, and it will actually create that color using that basic tile. I want to show you one more trick. When you go to adjust color, there's a lot of screen capture programs out there, some of them free. When I upgraded to Windows 7, one came with it. So for my own purposes, I take, and I always, when I get something I'm pleased with, I take a screen capture, and then I save it to a file, and I can refer back to these particular settings at a later date. I hope you've learned something. This was a lot of fun, and I will look forward to seeing your creations soon. From Jeannie, from Norna, don't stop generating those gems. Bye.